You've probably been sleep deprived for most of your life without even realizing it. Over 70% of teenagers and 30% of adults report being sleep deprived, and those are only the ones that are aware about their sleep deprivation. The reality is, when you're sleep deprived for long enough, that tired and docile feeling becomes so normal to you, that's how you think you're supposed to feel like. Today, I'm going to be going through the issues you can get from sleep deprivation, why most people have it, and how you can overcome it. The first point is, what problems will you go through if you live your life sleep deprived? Sleep is one of the most important factors of your health that most people neglect. When you don't get enough sleep, your testosterone is at risk because most of your testosterone is produced during deep sleep, and you're not going to get enough deep sleep if you're always sleep deprived. You're also not going to have the same motivation and energy to complete difficult tasks throughout the day. Because having testosterone influences your drive to do challenging tasks, you're going to end up procrastinating or being inconsistent with the things that need to be done. Lastly, being consistently sleep deprived will affect your decision making, which means you're not going to be using your time as efficiently as you could. Very quickly, guys, I have a goal to reach 100k subscribers, and 98% of you guys aren't subscribed. It would make my day if you guys could subscribe. The second point to go through is why most people are sleep deprived in the first place. The biggest and most obvious reason is because most people are addicted to social media and they'll go on their phones until 1 a.m. in the morning. The majority of people believe that because you can't go to sleep, then you don't have any choice but to go on your phone. But in reality, it's actually the other way around. Because you go on your phone so long, that's why you actually can't sleep. The reason why going on your phone makes it harder to sleep is because you're tricking your brain into thinking that it's the day. This is because the blue light that radiates from your phone is similar to the light that you get from the sun, so your brain doesn't know whether it's time to go to sleep or not. Another reason why you may be sleep deprived is because of the environment you sleep in. If you're sleeping in a place with noise or somewhere that's uncomfortable, then it's going to affect your sleep quality. There's something called sleep efficiency, which is how much sleep you get relative to how long you stay in bed, because those two things aren't actually the same thing. On average, your sleep efficiency is going to be around 80%, which means that if you spend 8 hours in bed, you're going to get 6.5 hours of actual sleep. And sleep efficiency can of course be affected by the environment you're in. So if you're sleeping in the back of a noisy van which is turning every 10 seconds, then your sleep efficiency is probably going to be about 60% or so. The last point to go through is what can be done to actually solve sleep deprivation. The first thing you can do is stop going through your phone at least an hour before going to sleep. This is definitely the easiest and the most effective tactic to go to sleep quicker. Instead of doom scrolling for 4 hours in bed, you can instead train, read a book, or you can even listen to something on your phone without actually looking at your phone. The less stimulating the task is, the quicker you're going to fall asleep. If you're doing this consistently, then falling asleep shouldn't be a problem anymore. If for whatever reason it's an absolute obligation for you to be on your phone before you have to go to sleep, then you can turn on something called the night shift. What the night shift does is it gives your phone an orange tint so the blue light isn't as strong, which makes it easier for you to fall asleep. How you do this is you go on settings, then display and brightness, and then you click on night shift. You can choose what time you want it to be turned on and off. If you want to take this even further, then you can turn on grayscale. To do this, you have to go to accessibility, then text size, and then color filters. Once you go there, just choose the hue that I'm on because that gives it the orange tint, and then you can choose your intensity if the night shift isn't enough for you. Another factor that you need to take into consideration is falling asleep at the same time every single night. Your brain works by predicting what's going to happen. So if you're going to sleep inconsistently, it's not going to know when to send signals for you to feel sleepy. On the other hand, if you're going to sleep at the same time every single night, chances are you're going to feel sleepy by the time it's time to go to sleep, because your brain knows that's sleeping time. Another thing to consider is you need your environment to be optimized for you and consistent. Just like in the last point, consistency is very important. Try and sleep in the same place with the same temperature, with the same noise levels, just so your brain knows that it's time to go to sleep when you're in that environment. This also keeps your sleep efficiency as high as possible because there's less reasons to wake up in the middle of the night. The last point to mention is that you actually need to be in bed for 10 hours instead of 8 hours. We've all heard that you need to be getting at least 8 hours of sleep. But as I said before, 8 hours of sleep isn't the same as 8 hours in bed. Because your sleep efficiency is going to be about 80%, you need to be in bed for 10 hours to actually get 8 hours of real sleep. Thank you guys very much for watching till the end of the video. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as I have a goal to hit 100,000 subscribers. Again, thank you very much.